Bourbonbarkeep, my name's Curtis. Thank you for tuning in to an episode that I never thought I would film in terms of a old Overholt kind of blowing up. Let's see. Jim Beam kind of branching the tree. When you take a look at like the Sean McVay coaching tree or the Bill Belichick coaching tree, they're just branches on branches on branches. Jim Beam kind of coming into that coaching tree at this point. The 12-year-old old Overholt cast strength coming in at 117 proof and $110. It checks some bang for the buck, if you will. The 10-year, not that bad. That was released 2 years ago. Enjoyed it. Wasn't really my complete jam, but enjoyed it nonetheless. You could tell it was a good pour, just my personal palate. I was like, went a little earthy for me. And then I kept seeing, old over a 12-year. Let's do that. And then I walked into Costco. And I had to. It was like $90. I'm like, well, when you give me a $10 coupon, I'm going to do it. So let's see, is there a difference? Did the extra age just add oak or did we improve? So we're going to do a quick compare. I don't think I ever saw the 11-year, but maybe I was just like, I got the 10. I'm good. But now, 2 years apart, you're like, all right, let's see if the difference is noticeable. So let's pour these guys up and score. I feel like that's the path. Poured up, tried to keep these guys uniform in terms of the 12 and the 10, so follow the bottles, I guess. So let's do that. On the nose, 12-year. Okay, like that a lot. A lot going on. What do I want to unpack first? What's kind of the most pronounced? It's kind of citrusy in a good way. I do lean fruit rather than herbal if you're following along on rye preferences, if you will. If you are herbal guy, don't take my advice. You're going to hate my advice. But going lemon peel, vanilla, there's a nice sweetness. Nice red fruit, actually. That lemon peel, I think that tartness, I'm having a difficult time. Is it raspberry? Is it strawberry with the tartness? I'm going raspberry so far. Kind of pumped. Enjoy a good raspberry. As you start to sit with it, things are going to come out, whether it's warming up in the hand, air, oxygen, whatever we're going to go with at this point. But great butterscotch, that vanilla, nice, I'm kind of hoping for a little toasted sugar, not coming out. I am sticking with the red fruit. We'll just go raspberry, strawberry. We'll just bounce in between. I think I'm leaning raspberry though. So maybe I go back, sniff some fruit upstairs. We'll see. Good lemon peel. I wouldn't say the oak is overly pronounced. I mean, when you're talking about 12-year, your mind kind of maybe over exaggerates and then it's not there, but the oak is there, not overpowering, maybe in a good way. Just a hint of leather in there. Overall, I really enjoy this nose. Let's get on the palate since that counts for quite a bit at this point, and then revisit the nose because one plays off of each other. Cheers. Oh, good God. Wow. Okay. That's actually pretty good. That red fruit continues. Boy, I like that. Butterscotch continues. Vanilla continues. I don't think it's a big zag to what is on the nose, but that sweetness is great. I don't know if I could tell you, maybe on the finish, but at least initial sip on the palate, I don't think I could tell you that was a rye, maybe like a high rye mash bill, but full rye, I don't think so. So definitely going to be more of a bourbon drinker's rye, but overall, that initial taste is absolutely fantastic. I'm gonna revisit. Didn't expect that. From what I remember from the 10-year, it went a little too earthy for me. I did enjoy the complexity, but a little too earthy. We'll do a quick bounce back, but this is so good, actually. Let's do that. As I kind of took that second sip, I do try and get a little huff in there. The rye seems to be a little more pronounced on the nose than what is on the palate. But that butterscotch, vanilla, kind of this nice brown sugar in there. Very rich, pretty fruit forward. which I was a little surprised at. As it kind of sits on the palate, develops on the palate, it does last a very long time. Great finish at that 117. I would say it punches at it, so not blow your doors off for a cask strength, but you know you're drinking something not watered down. But that nice leather, kind of this sweet tea, start to bring out a little bit of mint. So you are getting some rye characteristics as it clings forever on the palate, but that just rich sweetness and fruitiness would be a great entry level to the rye world if you were drinking barrel proof bourbon. I don't know if it was new bourbon guy. That may hurt. Let's do a quick compare. Like I said, enjoyed it. Just wasn't my preference, so I'll try not to crush it, but I am kind of curious the differences between the two, so I think that's probably what I'm going to focus on if I can get this glass warmed up, because as soon as I picked it up, I was like, ooh, did I put this in the dry ice cooler? Not enjoyable. I know it's a little fancier than what it used to look like, but it's still damn cold down here. All right, on the nose. Oh, that's not close. That's not. Completely different nose. So much more rye spice, clove, maybe even slightly anise. Like things that if you were like, hey, describe the rye that you don't want. I'm actually describing it, so that's not enjoyable. As I was sitting here huffing it, I did realize that I didn't talk about this at all, not that we're spotlighting it. So obviously the 10 years, this is 121 proof, so 4 proof points more. Take that for what it is. Man, what is in this glass is night and day what is in that 12 year. This one does have a little bit more peanut brittle to where if you were like, hey, I don't even know where I was going with that. I don't know. I was hoping something clever would come. Nothing came. Peach, a lot of clove, a lot of rye spice, and yeah, I'm sticking with those. I mean, my nose kind of, obviously, if you don't enjoy something, I feel like that pronounces it more. So not awesome. Let's get on the palate and see, but this would have to take a drastic turn to taste like the 12 year at this point. It's good. I mean, I think it's just difficult because it's not my palate, but if you wanted a rye and actually to experience a rye, unlike the 12 year, which is very flirting bourbon at this point, if you wanted an actual rye, this would be what you're looking for. It is a very good experience. That clove, lemongrass, vanilla, very pronounced as it sits on the palate. Still that kind of tea, leather. This one does seem to go a little spicier now that I'm thinking about it. Whether it's rye spice, cinnamon spice, or yes. This one does seem to prickle the tongue actually a little bit more. So maybe that extra 2 years in the barrel gives it a little more mellowness. There's got to be a better word than that. I don't want to go smoothness. I feel like whiskey guy doesn't like smoothness as an adjective. I don't know. We'll regroup. All right. I feel like we answered the question since this isn't really a spotlight of the 10 year. I don't think I'm going to spend too much more time on it. But ultimately, much more rye heavy, a little more ginger ale is kind of what was starting to pop in. But boy, I want to see if anything else comes more or out of this more for the 12 year, and then we're going to score this guy and wrap it up. Yep, what I remember was correct. It is so smooth. I'm just going to go with it. When you're bouncing back from the rye spice, cinnamon, baking spice over here, there is so much more just oiliness, juiciness almost. My mouth is absolutely watering on the 12 year. So much more red fruit, where this was going a little more stone fruit. Ah, man, that is delightful. Great brown sugars in there. This nice kind of like, almost like a cherry cola on the finish as it just kind of sits on the palate. But man, I really enjoy that pour. I think the only thing that you would question is if you were going in for a rye drink, you had the 10 year, you're like, hey, let's see what this rye spice is amped up 12 years. It's just a completely different experience. but one that is much closer to my wheelhouse. So we got our census categories. I picked this guy up in 2026, so we're going to throw it into 2026. Now, census categories, what bucket can we throw it into? This is great. This is great. How close to fantastic, though? I think I'm going to go 80. Oh, man. Oh, I'm torn. 83. 83. I'm going to just go with it. But closer to 84 in my mind. That was the first number that kind of popped in. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm trying not to get ahead of myself. It's January. Will this come out in January? Probably not. Either way. 83. Now, bang for your buck. $110. We're going to go with SRP. We're not going to do the Costco price. $110. 12 years. Cask strength. Legacy distillery. Yes, it means something. Oh, man. 110. Now that I've tried it, I'd probably be willing to go up to 135. I mean, 12 years. Yes, I understand the $10 for a year thing. Once you start getting into double digits, that's tougher to justify if you're the distiller. So I'd be willing to go up to 135. It's very smooth. It's very rich. It's what I would look for. The poke hole is, if you were looking for a rye, this is drinking more like a bourbon. So if I had to guess mash bill, which is undisclosed, closer to that barely legal rye at 51% mash bill. That would be my guess. But willing to punch $25 above an already pretty expensive bottle. It's going to do decent. Let's go. We'll go 65. 65. Feels good. It's already expensive. You're getting what you paid for. And yeah, let's do that. So if you haven't seen the Whiskey of the Year stuff, we do 2 of them. Got a little algorithm thing. So this could qualify for both. We shall see. Pretty good score right off the bat. We revisit throughout the year. Maybe it goes up. We shall see. But ultimately, if you thought that the 12 year was going to be the same as the 10, I don't know how the 10 compared to the 11, but you're talking a couple steps up from what 10 is. So we got that going for us. 2 extra years on our belt for only $10 more. Yes, please. Hopefully you get the Costco price. Shout out Costco and their glorious, glorious hot dog deal. Like and subscribe. And I think that's it.